the power has been turned off prior
Excuse
to
me?
ever.
You're telling me now that the heat is off or the
Yes, on
electricity?
December 19th, they completely turned the power off, and I've been living here with no power. The living room area to stay warm.
Who shut off the electricity?
I think the wrong one got turned off, and it was never brought to the attention that it was her specific unit.
This hearing starts like any other until the judge realizes something is very, very wrong. A blind woman logs into court wrapped in a winter coat inside her own home. And when the judge asks,
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, I apologize. I have low vision. I can't see hard. I can't see the
Gotcha.
screen. So,
Okay, it's okay. The plaintiff's attorney is not here. I guess they're saying he signed in, but hasn't signed back in. You're here. Are you moving to dismiss this case, ma'am?
what does that entirely mean?
That means this case would be over at least.
Does that mean that I would need to be served all over again?
Well, they'd probably have to start over. They'd have to serve you with something.
Okay. Then yes, I would like to dismiss.
Case dismissed.
Thank you
That's
so
without
much.
prejudice. They may come back and they may try to do something, but they'll have to, they'll at least have to try to start this case over and move to set it aside. But you'll get an opportunity to
Okay.
be heard if that happens, okay?
Okay, moving forward, what do I do now?
What do you mean?
Do I stay put? Can I tell you about the case or?
No, you can't tell me about it. But yeah, you can stay where
Okay.
you are because I'm not signing. This case is dismissed, so I'm not signing any orders telling you have to do anything.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you. You have a
Oh,
great
do you
new
have any
year.
advice about, I'm sorry, do you have any advice about how I should move forward?
No,
Oh, about
I can't give you legal advice.
okay, what about the fact that the power has been turned off prior
Excuse
to
me?
ever receiving any paperwork? There
Hold on
is
a
no
second,
power
man.
in this.
Okay, hang on. I may vacate my dismissal on this, but hold on. You, all right. Are you sight impaired, ma'am?
Yes,
Okay, and you're telling me now that the heat is off or the
yes, on
electricity?
December 19th, before ever receiving any warning, they completely turned the power off, and I've been living here with no power since then.
Goodness. So do you have a lease there? I do see it. Hold on.
Yes,
Okay, your lease expired, it looks like. Are you there by yourself, ma'am, or
I have my best friend that's here that helps me with my vision.
got it?
He's present.
So you've been without electricity for
Just about a
since the
week, and
19th?
yes, and that's actually about 2 months ago. My landlord turned off the power in the back of the house, which was what the room that I was renting out. So I had to move my bed out to the kitchen area because that was where she just cut half of the power. So I had to move into the living room area to stay warm.
asks a simple question, do you have heat? Her answer brings the entire courtroom to a standstill. She explains, quietly, almost embarrassed that her electricity was shut off. Not by the utility company. By her
And then now on the 19th of December, she fully cut off all the power. So
Um, was she supposed to? I'm trying to look through your lease real quick. Is it up to her utilities? Hang on. So you're sure she shut it off?
yes, um, I asked her about it and she was coy. So I don't know how I could prove that it was her giving, I don't have proof of it being specifically her.
Okay,
But there's,
let's do,
people that live above me that they have power. It's just the bottom part of the apartment that has been shut off. So this whole
okay,
building is not completely without power, just where I reside.
I got you. So here's what I'm gonna do, ma'am. I'm gonna vacate the dismissal. I'm not gonna dismiss the case. Okay? Because you can't continue like this, and it's about to get very cold out there soon.
Okay,
I'm gonna, here's what we're going to do. Their attorney signed in, but then signed out.
okay,
So I don't want to put you out to the 10th, which is my next date, with the circumstances as you're explaining them. Follow
okay.
that? So
Yeah,
what I want to do, okay. I want noon. Yeah. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to sign back on at noon today.
okay,
Okay. We're going to try to get to the attorney in this to tell him that we want to see him here at noon today. And
okay,
let's see if we can get some of that resolved. Okay.
okay,
All right. So sign back on at noon. I'm not dismissing your case at this point. Sign back on at noon. We'll get the attorney here and see what we can do. All right.
okay,
Okay.
okay. Thank you so much, sir. Have a good New
You're
Year.
welcome. You're welcome. We'll talk to you at noon. Okay. Take
Okay,
care.
thank you.
Landlord, in the dead of December, in Michigan. When the wind alone will freeze your eyelashes. And she's been living like that for days, trying to stay warm by moving her bed into the kitchen. Because that was the only
Northwood Property versus Brianne Persia. You're muted, Mr. Jerkis.
Edward Drukas for the plaintiff.
And your name, ma'am?
Brianne, Portia?
Your Honor,
Mr. Jerkis.
I apologize for this morning. I was having technical difficulties. I did become aware of what occurred, and I believe I have rectified that situation. I need to get confirmation from Brianne or the tenant. Has there been any change since this morning, Brianna?
Yeah, it's Brianne. Yes, thank you. The power is back on. Thank you so much for that. It's
Okay, so the
life-saving.
power is back on. Well, I'm gonna have to ask the question so that we know. I would certainly just then go ahead. I think this was gonna be dismissed, right? It was gonna be
Yes.
dismissed. However, the real question for the court becomes,
I can't read what
Six,
you put in the chat.
it's okay. It's okay, ma'am. What was in the chat? What? I'm not sure what got put in the chat, but it was somebody else. Okay.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's okay. Here's what the issue is. Who shut off the electricity?
I would have the understanding that it is in the landlord's name. And there are a couple units in that property, and I think the wrong one got turned off. And it was never brought to the attention that it was her specific unit.
only part of the house with any power left. You can hear the judge's tone shift instantly. He was about to dismiss the landlord's case completely, but once she mentions the power being cut, he freezes. He literally reopens the case mid-hearing.
Your Honor, may I say something?
Yes, ma'am.
I reached out to my landlord and I did get a response. So she was aware that the power was cut off the day after. I technically did not even receive my summonings because, like I told you previously, I have a partner here that helps me with my vision. And when I was supposedly served my summonings, I technically wasn't even served. They knocked on the door and I wasn't available, and they threw the paper at my partner.
Okay. All right, I'm
And
not going to worry about that. Here's what I'm
Right.
getting at. I guess I was getting at. Um, Mr. Drukas, I'm
Yes,
not
Your
going
Honor.
to dismiss this. I'm going to set this over to the 10 because it may, and you may want to have your client and attempt to try to negotiate it. But if she's without power for those 9 days, your client may very much owe about $1,800 minimum to the defendant.
The, is there any way that we can address escrow in the interim? Because this was a lease that ended back almost 6 months ago, or in August. And there have been no payments that have
I
been
asked
made.
for a bill and I
Hold
was never
on,
received.
ma'am,
Yes,
stop.
sir.
There's been no payments.
Yeah, there's been no payments for
Well, how much is the monthly rent?
the monthly rent is at 500.
So 500. And so how much is plaintiff claiming she owes?
Currently, we have a balance at 3480.
3480.
Correct.
Okay, well, I'm not going to have to put anything into escrow at this point because the issue is going to be your client may well owe her about 1,800 of that.
Okay.
And that's the floor of it under the lockout statute. So I mean, she may indeed end up owing her more. So why would I have her pay escrow at this point in time? So
Well,
I'm
it would
not
be-
dismissing the case. We're going to resolve this issue or figure out how we're going to resolve this issue. I'm going to set this over to January 10th, 2025 at 2 p.m. in person.
Thank you, Ann.
Your Honor, where is this located?
At the service center by the Washtenaw County Jail, you know where we are, Hogback and Carpenter.
I'm sorry, what name? Hardback?
Hogback and Carpenter.
Hogback, okay, and Carpenter. I am
Well,
familiar with that.
if you say Hogback like that, then that means you don't know where you're going because everybody around knows where Hogback is. So here's
I'm not
all right.
I'm not from here. I just moved here, so
Okay, no, and I can tell when you said Hogback. Okay, yeah, it's here. It's over by the Washtenaw County Sheriff's Department.
okay.
Okay, you want me to give you the address would be 4133 Washtenaw.
Okay, you got that. Okay, thank you so much.
Not a problem. We'll see you
Is
then.
Okay, thank you.
Go ahead. What?
What will I need to go to? How do I don't know what. So I go there. Do I need anything?
What I've heard today, you just need to get here to the court hearing. We're going to try to flush out what we can flush out.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you. Have a good New Year.
And my phone number is on the
Thank you.
paperwork. If you can give me a call, certainly I'd like to chat before the next hearing.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Because what she just said isn't just concerning. It's illegal. Landlords are not allowed to shut off utilities to push someone out. The law calls it a constructive eviction, and judges take that very seriously. This woman tries to keep it together. She apologizes. She explains her vision impairment. She tries to ask for advice, but the judge can't give legal guidance. What he can do, though, is make sure this doesn't get swept under the rug. So he cancels the dismissal, brings the case back to life, and says, sign back on at noon. We're getting the landlord's attorney back here. This isn't over. And that's the moment you can feel it. Judge Simpson is about to go to bat for her. Hard, let's see what happens when the landlord's attorney finally shows up. When the hearing resumes, the landlord's attorney joins the call, clearly unprepared for what he walked into. The judge asks the only question that matters: who shut off the electricity? And the attorney gives the flattest excuse imaginable. He claims the power was shut off by accident, that the wrong unit must have been switched off, and somehow nobody knew. Come on, nobody in that courtroom is buying that. Not the judge, not the viewers, not even the attorney himself. This woman was without power for more than a week. If it were a mistake, it would have been fixed before she even noticed the lights flicker. The judge listens. But you can hear the frustration building. And then the bomb drops. Sif, this woman really went 9 days without power. The landlord may owe her nearly $1,800 under Michigan's lockout laws. And that's just the bare minimum. Suddenly, the tone shifts. The attorney stops talking about unpaid rent and starts asking about escrow. But Judge Simpson shuts that down instantly. Why would she pay anything into escrow when she might be the one owed thousands for being illegally forced to live without heat? The judge sets a new in-person date, gives her clear instructions, makes sure she knows where the courthouse is, and then he ends the hearing with the kind of stern, controlled disappointment that says everything without raising his voice. This is not a good look, and he's right. You can debate late rent all day long. But a blind woman sitting in a freezing house with no power in December, that crosses a line most people wouldn't touch. Judge Simpson's response, here dropping everything to protect her safety, shows exactly why courtroom moments like this matter. Not for drama, not for views, but because sometimes the only person standing between someone vulnerable and someone reckless is a judge who refuses to look the other way. And honestly, after this hearing, respect for Judge Simpson just went through the roof.
What makes this courtroom moment so powerful is how quickly the judge recognized that something wasn't right. This started as a routine eviction hearing, a landlord claiming unpaid rent and a tenant facing the possibility of losing her home. But the moment the judge learned the tenant had been living without electricity and heat, especially during a Michigan winter, the entire focus of the case changed. Instead of simply dismissing the matter and moving on, the judge reopened the case, questioned the circumstances, and scheduled another hearing to investigate whether an illegal lockout occurred. If the utilities were intentionally shut off, Michigan law could require the landlord to pay damages to the tenant. Situations like this show why courts exist, not just to enforce contracts, but to protect people when the law might have been violated. Now I want to hear from you. Do you think the landlord made an honest mistake? Or does this look like a deliberate attempt to force the tenant out? If you found this case as shocking as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns. We cover the drama, the law, and the moments you won't believe actually happen in court. See you in the next one.